Now, the rest of the story.
Alright, we're going to do another cell phone video, largely because, and I just wanted to make this pretty clear so you guys are wondering what's going on with my videos here lately. This quit. This gave up. For those of you that don't know, the dog, not Calvin, of course not, but I had the camera sitting up on the back of the bench, and for some reason, they decided to use my camera as a chew toy. So kind of an ugly time of the year to actually be down a GoPro. That one is a 5. I tried going through and seeing what I need to fix. I'm gonna have a new microphone coming. The wires that go from the battery pack to the camera, those are shot, and then the actual battery pack, I don't know why, but it will not hold the charge anymore. So I'm going to be looking around, getting some of the stuff put back together. We aren't ready to start harvest just quite yet. The weather is going to have to turn here pretty significantly in the next couple days, few days. And it might. They're calling for drier weather next week. But I did have the one that quit working on me. I mean, the GoPro, that camera is done. Went through, changed all the wires out. New battery in it this morning. It won't even turn on. So I left it sit in the counter, new battery in it, you know. I was talking to Brittany, and we heard like a sizzling, a cracking, you know, like those old school radios where you, oh, that was actually coming from my camera. So I don't know if it managed to take in some water somewhere, somehow, but it's done. So that was a GoPro Hero 5, I want to say. I still have that 4. Or was it a 6 and the other one's a 5? It doesn't matter. I got my other one that I use for my action videos where I'm mounting it on that big magnet. I'm probably going to go back, or I am going to go back to using that one for a while until I figure out the GoPro situation. I do know that they came out with a new style, a new number. I'm going to look into that and try to get something around so I'm running with 2 GoPros again. I got my other one is at home, which I've been using fairly regularly here, and I could probably just run on one. The only problem is that I have 2 different camera setups. I got the one for talking to you like this, and I got the one where I'm doing action shots where I'm mounting on the tractors and everything, and that might limit a little bit of what I'm actually willing to film and all that, just because I don't want to swap back and forth between the 2 cameras and having to carry that many more batteries, because these batteries, well, they're GoPro batteries. They don't last for forever, especially when you're using them as extensively as we do. So just so you're aware, the uploading schedule here lately, I've been having issues with my computer. It actually was knocking off my uploads. So I was like most of the way loaded and it would cancel. So I'm hoping I got that figured out. I've been pretty well done with the baler again. Yeah, again, it's ready to go. I went through and did some rewiring on it. The camera, because I do have a Halo View camera on this baler, I actually moved it from where it was because I had it down just above the John Deere logo. I actually raised it up so it's actually looking outwards more, because where I had it, I wasn't able to actually tilt it back any farther because it was hitting the antenna, and I want to be able to see more directly behind me instead of right down where I stand for changing the net wrap out. So I can only see like 15-20 feet behind me, and I'll actually want to see, I would rather be able to see just straight behind me, because the big purpose it's serving is going up and down the road. I can see behind me any cars that are hiding behind me, and also for making sure the bales aren't running away on me and that they got net wrap. I do have another camera coming for that grain wagon. And that is actually why I went through and rewired this baler. A lapse of judgment. The 7600 has keyed 12 volt coming from the 7-pin on the back of the tractor. And when I was hooking up that camera onto that wagon, it made a lot more sense to go through and wire the power through the implement wiring. So that way all you got to do is plug in that 7-pin connector, which everyone is always going to do no matter what, because it is your tail lights, it's your road hazards and all that for going up and down the road. Nobody's ever going to forget to change or to connect that. So that way it's that much less wiring I got running up to the cab, because on the baler I ran a power and a ground wire from the camera along the side of the baler up the tongue up to the cab of the tractor. So I just eliminated 2 wires, and I actually saved about 8 feet of the 1 wire, because now I just have the power coming from the camera and it's connected into the vacant, because the baler doesn't use the dedicated 12 on the 7-pin here. So that center port is battery power, or keyed power on the 76. So every time the key is on, it's providing power to that camera. As long as that camera has power, it'll send an image to the screen. It's just streamlining stuff. It's not a big thing. It's not something I really had to do, but it's just one of those things that it simplifies it just enough, you know. I don't have enough light to show you everything I did in here, but I just grounded the ground wire to the frame on the baler, and it's good to go. I didn't take the time to try it because the 46 is sitting here, the 76 is over out of the way. I think I got all my tools off of it, and I'm kind of in the process, we are all in the process of kind of shuffling things around and just being ready. So net wrap, I got plenty of net wrap yet. I had that last hay field that we were at. I made 113 and what, 66 on a roll and a quarter, maybe not even a quarter. I was wrapping the stuff really heavy because I know we were going to handle the stuff quite a bit between getting it off the field, stacking it back at the buildings at that farm, and then once again loading them back up and bringing them home. The baler is ready to go once again. Yeah, again, just because of all the stuff I just did to it this afternoon. I do have a pressure spring rod. I got to put it in the pickup. That'll take me a whole 2 seconds. And what I'd like to do, which is kind of the focus of everything I've been doing here lately, the baler, I'm planning on taking that home, backing it in my shed, getting it out of the way. Potentially the same thing with the feed mill back there. The Rhino ditch bank mower is currently on the 7600. am still going to plan on taking this down to my place and backing it in the shed. Plus I have that single spindle 3-point cutter of my dad's. I'm going to take that back down to my place because we don't typically move equipment in and out from down there very much in the winter or in the fall during planting and harvest. And the reason for that is because the shed is so low, we can't use it for backing grain wagons in. And if we do have any grain, or even if we want to back the carts inside, they got to come up here anyway. So yes, the Unreferth is hooked up to the 82. That is on the list of priorities, probably the first of the week. And get the power takeoff hooked up. We got to pull the adapter off the 82 because we've got an adapter from large 1000 to the small 1000 power takeoff. This PTO, I was told, uses the large. It's a big cart. The plan is to, I'm not even gonna go over it right now. Just go to Ryan's channel and I'm sure he'll cover it. But this is supposed to stop. This is supposedly the last rain for a little while. And something else you guys may hopefully be able to look into or look forward to is my parts guy stopped down today because it is the weekend. He brought me the hammer strap for the 4640. So I could go ahead and put that on and put the 46 on that VT, but there's a very small possibility we could be trying to make some hay yet, and we want to be able to use the rake on the 46. So it's really just a day-by-day goings on around here right now. Whenever the weather straightens out, that's right, I'm going to talk about the weather a little bit, we'll be up and running again. And I got to go home tonight and get this whole, I'll jump in the truck if I let him. Somebody got all covered in dirt and mud on me. Come on, you're riding the back. I got to get the camera situation figured out. Oh. And with that, stay tuned, take care, take it easy. I'm right there with the rest of you. Kind of bored. It's the same thing day in and day out. We're all bored. But it's allowing us to check, and recheck some things that need to be gone through. That thing, I got to check the gearbox in the front end, and I got one last thing to recheck on the corn head, and then I'm sure I'll find something else just to keep busy. So until next time, talk to you later.